Assalamu alaikum, Haseeb. How are you, brother?
Walaikum salam. Not bad. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, Alhamdulillah. So, as you know, today we are going to talk about success. So, what do you think? What is the real definition of success? I mean, everybody wants to achieve that. So, what exactly this thing is?
It's from person to person. It varies,
All right.
and you cannot have it like. I don't think it's something you can like really achieve. It's just a state of mind. When you reach that state of mind, you will know like, okay, I'm successful. But still, even at that point, you need more. So, how much you
Hmm.
are satisfied with yourself is a success to me. Let's see how
Hmm.
other people's believe. But for like, even if you see the successful peoples now, we can take like the example of Pakistan. We have
Hmm.
Asif Ali Zardari. Then we have like Steve Jobs. He's dead, by the way, but the people, they are rich, still they are working hard. So
Hmm.
you cannot say like they never say like, okay, we are successful. That's a state of mind. So
Hmm.
once you achieve that position, you still like how much satisfied you are with your life.
Hmm.
That's I perceive it as a success.
Uh,
Not like you really
hmm.
have a set of goal. You get to that goal, and then you will not like, okay, I'm successful now. I'm not going to do anything. They want more.
Hmm. Hmm. That's
So
good. I would like to second your opinion in the same sense that success is not something. I mean, there is a very common same saying: consistency is required if you want to become successful. Persistency is required if you want to become successful. But I like to second your opinion. This is so true. Success itself needs consistency. Success
yeah,
itself needs a persistency, which means, I mean, you are successful once, and after that, you are not performing good. It's the waste. For instance, I mean, if we talk about cricket, let's suppose, or if we talk about football, that in one match you have scored, let's suppose, 5 goals. Okay, you are a gem now. After that, you are not scoring even one single goal in a match. It vanishes. It needs
yeah.
consistency. It needs consistency in the success. So it's an ongoing process. Success itself is an ongoing process of staying in the success. So yeah, this is so true that it's not like it's not a state of mind that you have to achieve this level, you achieve it and it's over. No, you achieve it, then the game
Keep it.
starts. Yeah, true.
And I, I don't know. For like to be happy,
Hmm.
you consider like a small goals. So those
Hmm.
achieving those goals will be success for you. Even if somebody is happy with you, that's your success. You are
Hmm.
happy. So keep other people's happy. Have small goals. Keep your small like. Don't push beyond a certain limit where you will like, okay, you will give up. So that's
Hmm.
unsuccess. Like you don't want to be unsuccessful.
Hmm.
So you have to like you said, like you have to be persistent. It's okay,
Hmm.
you have to be persistent, but still like you will do stuff which will make you happy. You
Hmm.
reach to that point, okay, now I have done it. Like on if you take a like a daily basis, your scenarios, you do some work, it doesn't come out true, it doesn't come out the way you want it. It's okay,
Hmm.
you will take it as a failure, you can take it as your like a learning curve. And that's a success for
Hmm.
you. You did something, you finished something, you came up with some results. Even that's a
Hmm.
failure, but you learn.
Hmm. True. I once heard listened to one quotation once that was success is not opposite to failure. Success is a part of failure.
Hmm.
So I mean, you fail, you fail, you fail, and then you get success. And the way
Those
you
are the
were saying that
steps.
we should not, yeah, these are the steps. These are the steps of the failure that you have to take.
Hmm.
And while you are going towards the success, there comes a time when you are in the process. What happens? No one is appreciating you. So that is the time when you need to motivate yourself. That even no one is understanding your vision. No one is understanding why are you doing it. So it also needs your self motivation to reach to that level. And the way you were saying, like giving up, if you give up, or if you like if you're failing and you give up because of that, so I feel it like, I take it like, you set one goal and after that you change that goal. So
Hmm.
what happens? I mean, you quit, let's suppose. So when you quit, you start again from the zero where you started earlier. For instance, I take the example of Imran Khan. I mean, Imran Khan, he decided that he want to join the cricket and he want to become the captain and all those stuff. So he spent the whole life in that direction. The moment he decided, now I want to become the prime minister, it was not an overnight thing, because he started again. And by starting again, it took him 22 years. So whenever you quit, it's a new beginning again. So if
Yeah,
you are keep quitting, keep quitting, keep quitting, so it means it's these are the new beginning, and you are not reaching anywhere.
you are so much in love with zero, then
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you stay
yeah.
at the same point.
Yeah, exactly. You are staying at the same point if you are starting.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like if you want to get the water from from the earth, from this earth, you know.
well,
So what
well,
happens? Uh, you need to dig one place 50 feet down, one place. I mean, if you're digging one foot on 50 different places, you're not going to get water from this earth. So we have
yeah.
to do one consistently, one single thing. So true. I agree with you, Haseeb. And now tell me that what do you think? What should be the definition of success that every student should have in their mindset? Because nowadays it's only the popularity, it's only the finances. I don't think there's
Um,
anything else.
okay, that's a very, very hard question to conjure. So I will say, like, if for students, like, okay, the goal is like, okay, you get education. It's like for a very general perceiving is you are getting educated, so you will be successful. And by success, they think like, okay, I'm gonna be a businessman, I'm gonna be a pilot, I'm gonna be
Hmm.
like on top of stuff. So you start studying. You did not study for learning. You have
Hmm.
to study this for so improve yourself. You will be improved, like your skills will be improved, and
Hmm.
then you do whatever you do, you will do it like with the best possible skills you have, and the
Hmm.
outcome will be the one you actually set it. So the goals
Hmm.
you are like very easy to achieve those goals.
Hmm.
So for a success, I don't think like you will keep finance in it. So you want to have like, okay, I will be rich, so I will study, I will be rich. There
Hmm.
are a lot of professors who studies like PhDs, postdocs. They are not rich. There are guys who just did like bachelors and then they start doing business. They are rich. So you have to be like, if you want to be rich, that's one thing. Every rich is not happy. Every rich is he doesn't think they are successful. Even some
Hmm.
of the riches, they have to spend their lives, which even a poor don't want to do that. They want to be
Hmm.
free man. So you have to think of it as a, okay, if I'm happy whatever I'm doing, if I'm doing it good, then that's a success for you.
Hmm. Good, 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 good. And what do you think? Like students normally or youngsters nowadays are more thinking about the shortcuts of getting the success. What do you think? Is there any shortcut to get successful?
No, there is no shortcut for a success. It's a very tiring, a very long process. You have to
Hmm.
stay consistent. You will achieve some goals very quickly, and
Hmm.
how quickly you get them, they will fade with the same speed. So if
Hmm.
you want them to fade away, then you just follow the same path. Otherwise, you have to do it with like you. If you do it slowly, you do it persistently, you do it better. So
Hmm.
if you want to keep successful, you want to have it what you earn, you have to do it the hard way.
Hmm. I mean, there is no, like, there is a hard way indeed. All right. So, what do you think? Like, if I feel like I'm successful, but no one
Hmm.
is willing to accept it, okay? I mean, is it for your own self, or is it really that the whole world should accept it? Where, how should we perceive it? For instance,
Right.
for instance, let's suppose that I mean, I'm having a coffee right now over here, and I feel like I am successful because I can drink five coffees at a time. This is a success for me, you know. Of course, nobody is going to appreciate that. Or even if we take it the example of a mason, let's suppose a laborer who construct a wall that usually take 10 hours to get constructed, and that mason, that laborer construct their wall in 5 hours maybe. So that person is considering that I'm successful, I have got the skills, tricks through which I can do this work quite earlier. But of course, like we are not going to consider that labor as a role model. We won't consider the that labor as a successful person. So what do you think, success is for your own self, or the world should also accept that?
It come to the same point what your goal is. If your goal is to build that wall, you
Hmm.
build it, you succeed. If your
Hmm.
goal is to build that wall and then you want it to portray like the whole world should acknowledge it, then your
Hmm.
goal is not to build the wall. Your goal is to get the wall, and then have the world to acknowledge it. So build
Hmm.
it something like uniquely. So it's your own goal, how you reach that thing. That's a success. Not like you, okay, you did it, but you want the world to acknowledge it. But I appreciate, like, the first step is a success for me. But in my mind, I have the last one. Okay, I built
Hmm.
it, but nobody is acknowledging it. You have to
Hmm.
make it, like, you have to portray it, or you have to present it, so the world will acknowledge. Then that's your success. So it comes like how you set your goals. The same thing.
Hmm. That's great. That's great. Okay, now tell me, like, if we take success as a general thing, I mean, even doctors can achieve it, engineers, or even students, businessmen, politicians. If you want to become successful in a general way, what skills are required for that? I mean, is it
It's
yeah?
it's not like, okay, if, like, it's the answer to your question. Like, if you want to become an engineer, if you want to become a doctor, if you want to become an architect, you cannot specify certain skills
All right.
like that you should have to be a successful. It's
Hmm.
your goal. That
Hmm.
goal defines what skills you need to be a successful.
All right.
I want to be a scientist. I have a goal. To
Hmm.
reach that position, I need to outline that skills. I need
Hmm.
to have those skills. Those like, gaining those skills are also like a small goals, which you do it over time. It takes time.
Hmm.
So you need to be more clear in your ideas. You need to be more like, directed to what you want to do. Whatever other people think, whatever, like, okay, if you have some like, okay, I want to be a, like, I want to go to Mars. I don't have something like, even if I'm like a third world country, still I want to go to Mars. Goal is a huge one.
Hmm.
It's And you don't have those resources to reach that goal, but still you can set the the process
Okay.
of
Hmm.
learning how to go there. It's okay. In the long term, you will feel like, okay, I fail, I never reached there, I did not step any foot on the Mars.
Hmm.
But just imagine, like, okay, there will be a day when you got all resources, your country or your region, everything, like, you have the resources.
Hmm.
You are not there, but there are other people who can follow those steps. You will give them a kickstart.
Hmm.
So it's your dream. They are following it. They are fulfilling it. So that's also a success for you. That it just come to how you perceive it, how you believe it.
Hmm.
So it's like, just follow your own heart, set your own goals,
Hmm.
and work until you reach that point.
That's great. But still, there are a few books available which teach people about success. For instance, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People and all, or Seven Habits that can make people successful, or something like that. Do you think habits have any connection with the success that you are getting, or the target that you have desired to reach at? Habits have any connection with that?
Yes. If you have a habit to quitting, you will never be successful.
Hmm.
You have to have, like, you have to be more persistent. Like, your habits play a part, how you behave, how you act, how you work. So
Hmm.
they have their own share in it. They have their own, like, even your bringing up everything, your whole personality have a part to play in your life.
Hmm.
So I think they like, play a quite a role in that thing. About the books, yeah, there are a lot of books. I don't know if people really get to the success by reading those books. I never read one. I don't think I'm a successful, but those books are a stories, a success stories. Either you, like, for me, I believe, like, okay, either I will spend a day or two on reading those books,
Hmm.
how those people get to success, or I will write my own story, so people will
Hmm.
appreciate that thing. So it's how you believe.
Wonderful. And how about getting up early in the morning? Does it matter? Because successful people, this is one rule. Institutions, or might be parents, or might be society, is forcing the young generation to be specific. You have to get up early in the morning if you want to become successful, if you want to do something in your life. How about that?
It's it I don't think it's a very hard rule. You have to follow that, but it's really beneficial of doing it. So if you get up early in the morning, you get early to bed, you
Hmm.
have more time, like you will be fresh. And like it doesn't matter, like you wake up 7 a.m and then you start working at 9, or you just start working at like you have a certain task, it will take 10 hours. So either you wake up at 7 and start working and finish around by the time, or you wake up 9 and then you
Hmm.
spend 10 hours on the same task in the
Hmm.
same day, finish it, and then that's it. So it even I know people who work at 2 a.m and they sleep in the daytime because they want to have quiet environment so they can work with
Hmm.
better focus. So it really your own, like it depends. In our society, in our culture, getting up early is it's not just norm, it also a bit like we have to have a fudger, so you have
Hmm.
to do it. You
Yeah.
have to manage the times,
Okay,
so it's
people.
better to wake
Hmm.
up early.
Yeah. And secondly, people who are really, into this thing that they want to be successful. And I mean, successful means they have decided this thing that they want to reach here. Of course, it's not a piece of cake that everybody can achieve it. It sometimes requires really, really tough and hard decisions that no one would ever take. For instance,
Mm,
I'm not sure about that, but I was listening to one story yesterday. There was one fellow who was saying that when Imran Khan's mother died, and at the same day he went to the field to practice. So we can take it like, I mean, he took a tough decision. I mean, if you call it, if a person is doing it, so we will say that he is a feelingless person. He is so greedy, selfish, and just thinking
mm.
about that thing and all. So we also have to take these are the tough decisions most of the time, like very very tough decisions. Like this is kind of one example. What's your perception about that?
It's um, it depends. Like
Hmm.
I don't know the whole story. Like the
Hmm.
example you just gave. Maybe the next day he has a big match. Maybe the
Hmm.
next day he's playing for the country. So
Hmm.
he put himself, like he put his own country before himself.
Hmm.
So I don't know what's the real story is, but that can be a case. So he went because it's like that's the biggest loss one can uh, have.
Really
So I
have.
don't know.
Hmm.
And even if you want to take difficult decisions, it totally depends on you. If you take difficult decisions, you want to be more robust, you want to be more hard. It's how badly you want to achieve that goal, how how badly, like how you want it to be more quicker, or you can be a bit lenient, you can be a bit relaxed, you can give yourself time. And the same thing which you want to achieve in 2 years, maybe it'll take 3 years, but you will achieve it.
Hmm.
So it again, it totally depends on a same person who is doing, like there are two ways, there are multiple ways, not just two ways, multiple ways
Hmm.
to achieve the same goal.
True. So just as you are saying that, like, if you won't be able to achieve it in 2 years, so you will get it in 3 years. I was once listening to one story, and the conclusion was the purpose is not to win the race. The purpose is to win the race as soon as possible. Okay, like it's not like you have achieved something at the age of 45 or 50 or might be 55 and then you die. The purpose
Mm.
is that you should be on the target and you should be achieving the success as soon as possible. Okay, so one more question. When we want to become successful and when we are following the process, we are in the middle of that. Of course, it's not only about taking tough decisions, it's also about sacrificing, compromising with our friends, with the family. Because when you are working on something, so it's not like you are awake the whole night because you were working. It's also about you're not giving time to your friends. It's also about might
Yeah.
be you're not giving time to your family. I mean, once I decided that I want to get my first position in my intermediate, and I got it as well. But at that time, I was not in connection with any person. I was spending 24 hours with the book. I was sleeping. I'm going to college. I was reading. I'm coming back to the college. I'm reading. There's a break time. I'm reading, studying, and all. So I mean, how do you take that thing? Because family and friend, they really suffer. How do you, like, what's your opinion about that?
Um, if you achieve something by that way, if you use your, like, if you sacrifice so much for some
Extreme side.
small goal in life,
Hmm.
so, and just believe, just think about it, like, okay, I like, after 4 months I have a big exam, I
Hmm.
will cut off everything from my life,
Hmm.
and you get the first position, and then okay, after 4 months, I don't know what they are up to. You have to get like another month to catch up, and maybe you will not meet some of the friends you have. They got the new friends. They go, like, they move on. But does it really matter? Like,
Hmm.
do you do like, after everything, what makes you more happy? Okay, I have a trophy in my
Hmm.
drawer, or I have a friends who are appreciating, like, that trophy. So yeah, there is, like, if you achieve something, it feels much better if you have someone to appreciate it. If you have, like, the same thing, if you
Hmm.
built a wall, you need the acknowledgement. You have to have
Hmm.
the guys.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think giving up your social life
Hmm.
to achieve something more quickly give any benefit. It's true, like, you have to work hard, you have to spend an extra
Hmm.
hours
You have to keep a
in.
balance.
Yeah, but still you need to have your life, because that's the one main reason how
Hmm.
easily you can give up. You will, like, okay, start, I cut off everything, I start working, it's a failure. Okay, what the hell I'm doing with my life? Everybody is happy, why I care so much? I
Hmm.
will do something they are doing. You give up, you go back there, and then you are stuck in the same stupid loop. So you have to keep yourself, like, someone to motivate you,
Hmm.
someone to make you feel like, okay, you are a human, you want to do something, do it right, not like
Hmm.
just stuck to it with it like a robot or something.
True, true, true. So just as you were saying, like you have to figure it out that what is more important, the trophy in your drawer or the friends in your pocket. I mean, what is more important?
Yeah,
And
yeah. What makes you feel happy, you
yeah,
keep
what?
that thing.
Hmm. And I was also reading once that it's the game of three words, three questions that people ask you. Initially, if you are doing something, if you are working on a target, so people will ask you, what are you doing? I mean, the question would be what? And after that, you keep doing that. So people will start asking you, why are you doing that? So the question shifts from what to why. And then once you achieve that level, then the same people ask you the same question. How, not the same question, how did you do that? So the
Hmm.
question shifts from what, why, and how. So we
How?
just have to keep doing until or unless the question is converted into the how. Because
Yeah.
that's important. Because not everybody knows that. I believe so. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Like how to reach to the how question. Everybody knows that. But not everybody is willing, is dedicated enough, or self motivated enough to achieve it. For instance, I mean, if you talk about losing the weight, the whole world knows the process of losing weight. Whole world knows it. I mean, who can claim that I don't know how to lose weight? Everybody knows it. It's going to the gym. It's keeping the balance in your diet. It's might be doing workout every single day, having might be a morning walk or the evening walk. Why everybody is not able to achieve it? The reason is again the self dedication, the motivation, inspiration. So it's just that everybody knows the process, but not everybody would do that. It's just like
Yeah.
everybody can write a book, but not everybody would write it. Everybody can do painting, but not everybody would do it. So yeah, it's also true that we should be more indulged into our work, and we should understand it. Like even if we are, let's suppose if we are compromising on few of the things, for example, you are in UK and of course you do have few of the target, but still you have sacrificed your time that you could have spent with your family, with your friends. Of course, I mean, this is something that you are doing, even you get connected with them by using these mediums and all, but still you know it, that is more important, by keeping a balance, of course, by
Yeah.
having the video conversation with your families, with your friends and all. But still, target is important. We have to stick to that. Otherwise, success is not achievable.
No, no, never.
So, thank you so very much. It was such a great opinions I got from your side about the success, and you have really like give me the vision of looking at success in a very different way. So thank you so very much for your time, for your
Thank you
answers.
so much for having me. Yeah.
No, no, no. It's such a pleasure to have you on this platform. So, brother, thank you so much. Take care. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz. And we'll get
Allah
back
Hafiz.
again with a new topic, inshallah.